Good day, cadre. Barber Dave here, and welcome to Barber Dave's Barber Shop at Home. We certainly want to wish you a blessed Sunday as we enter the Memorial Day weekend, and I'm wearing my old squadron shirt, so kind of cool about that. Today we finish our shootout, our elite soap shootout in my den, which for those of you that have been following on, and if you haven't been following along, this is what I did. I took the elite soaps in my den and decided to do a shootout, and because I made some fairly bold statements about ethos, and so I wanted to do a fair comparison to everybody. Now this is just on the soap, doesn't include the aftershaves, although in previous videos I did review those. So it was my personal favorite, which is Saponiccio Veracino's 70th anniversary. Ethos Fresh Lime, which was a collaboration by CBL and Frank at Ethos, which does have some skin complex stuff in it. Ethos Success, which is basically an homage to Creative Ventus. Same properties, a little bit different. Very pineapple forward. And then finally, of all the heavy hitters, was Panna Crema Nuova Verde. Now, some of you may or may not have heard of them. Fairly small Italian artisan, obviously located in Italy. And the first thing that hits you about Panna Crema is they've only got 4 scents. They've got the Rosa, the Nera, the Blue, and the Verde. Now, the blue is always out of stock. It's very hard to get. The Nera I have not tried. The Rosa is a little bit darker, more for winter. But the key thing, and unfortunately this has changed, this is what it comes in. It is a monster amount of soap. It's almost 7 ounces, but in this beautiful ceramic beautiful ceramic ramekin, and it's very, very nice. Unfortunately, from what I have seen on their website, it looks as if they've abandoned those and they are now using a glass jar. So they do get a little bit of a knock going forward, but for this review, it's going to include that. But if you've tried the Nuova Verde, it's probably the freshest and most it's a wonderful scent. But just to give you an idea, on the top end of the notes, it's got C-note, mandarin, bergamot, black pepper, lavender, and cardamom. That's all in the top notes. So those are the notes that are going to hit your face right out of the gate and then fade over time, in the first hour or two. The middle notes are cinnamon, which I did not really realize, artemisia, sandalwood, jasmine, and patchouli. So that gives you that flowery note. So the top is fresh and green, middle, flowery, and then the base notes are kind of musky. That'll stick around a while, but I've noticed that the freshness or the lightness of it sticks around post-shave as well. And that's tonka bean, vanilla, amber, and white musk. So it's a very complex scent, as are most Italian soaps. However, the one thing that this stands out with is the longevity and the strength, because once again, a lot of people think that SV just kind of fades away. Well, that's a matter of subjective thinking, in my opinion. But what I thought you'd think was funny was their usage instructions. Now, I don't do this, nor have I tried it, but if somebody wants to try it and report back, that would be great. So their instructions are very, very specific. You are to soak your brush in hot water for some minutes. Shake the brush and allow all the water to drip off. Take out exactly 3 grams of product. Just 3, no more, no less. 3 grams of product. Spread it into a bowl and add exactly 7 grams of water in 2 stages. Whirl the brush to whip up your shaving cream and apply it to a wet face. Well, first of all, way too complicated. I do what I do with most of my soaps. I take between a teaspoon and a tablespoon, float it on top, go do your thing, come back, wring your brush out, pour it on top, boom. Or you can apply it as a pre-lather. So however it goes. So anyhow, today we're going to review the Panna Crema Nuova Verde and the Titan Shootout. Now at the end, I will probably do a supplemental video because I will be posting in the review section a grid that it's a 1 to 5 point system, very simple, and it'll show how they all laid out. Now I don't know this yet. I haven't sat down and actually done it yet, so we'll see who ends up the top soap in the den. So as I said earlier, Panna Crema Nuova Verde, and it does have that water floating on it. We're going to make it an all Italian shave today. And I have not used this razor in some time. But first, we're going to be using a Sorrentino Brushworks Luca Brasi, and it's got a silver tip knot in it. I'm not sure if the knot's Italian or not. And then we're actually going to be using the matching scale razor, which is a Klaus Tornblom out of Sweden, because we're still on the Swedish, and this obviously matches the brush. Eric did a tremendous job on this. We're going to be using some talc, obviously. For the aftershave, we'll be using Parasso Green, another Italian. And then what I found is this EDT matches the the Verde perfectly, and that's Acqua di Gio. So, I hope everybody's doing great, preparing for a nice holiday. And I'm very excited today. My barber is back in business, so I'm going to get my hair cut, thank God. So what I do, like I said, is and I've had this soap a long time. It lasts a long time. I float and then just pour that right into the brush and then just start lathering. And it's, like typical with Ethos or with Panna Crema, 15, 20 seconds max is all it's needed. Yeah, I was sad to hear that they went away from these ceramic bowls because they're really neat. And, and I'm sure it's a cost-saving measure. But in my opinion, for a soap that you're paying, north of $35 for, or just north of $35, that you should get, some nice stuff, packaging-wise. Okay, that's it. And it's obviously very, very thick. So I'll wet my face. And take some of the stuff that's in the bowl, which is a lot. As far as ease of lathering compared to the others on this one, as far as loading is concerned, is probably the quickest, honestly. The one biggest thing I notice about Panna Crema compared to all the other ones, except maybe the lime, is the fragrance just explodes. I'm going to take just a little bit more water. There we go. And virtually no face sensitivity for me. I did have a little bit of face sensitivity the second time I used the lime. I don't know why. And no, obviously none. The best as far as face sensitivity is still the SV. That just feels just amazing. Now, softness-wise, compared so far, Ethos still gets the softness award. This one's close. But not bad. This has been stropped 30 and 60, so let's see what happens. Glide, slickness, stability, all just what you'd expect. From a high-end Italian soap. Okay, tremendous first pass. Post-pass slickness is good. Almost as good as SV, not quite as good as the Ethos, but still nice. I mean, you could do some work if you wanted to on that. So great first pass. The razor's in fantastic shape. We'll go ahead and strop. Okay, as far as the rest of the shape, we're going to go ahead and complete our passes, and then we'll come back for some final thoughts on Panacrim and Wabia. See you in a few minutes. Okay, folks, we're back. Tremendous shave. Soap is just so refreshing. As I did with the other soap, it's plenty slick enough to do my my cleanup. So if you haven't tried Panacrim, I would definitely recommend it. It's wonderful, and it stays incredibly slick. And you know, this is really paying attention of where the scent profile is at during the shave and everything else. This stays pretty strong throughout. I'm impressed. I don't remember that, but I never really paid attention to just that section. Oh yeah, just tremendous. So it's going to be interesting to see how these scores come out, because they are all so very close when it comes to everything. You know, some dip in a little ways, some. And as far as extra soap, you could shave 100 more people with this. Okay, today we're going to use the Parasso. This is just classic Italian aftershave. Just wonderful stuff. This I use this at the barbershop on almost every single client. It's just it's cooling, it's nice, and the green is just perfect. I mean, it really is. It just makes you feel alive. I mean, it's a classic. Parasso's been around for forever. We are going to do some talc, and what I found over time is because I know somebody asked me, well, you know, aren't you worried that the English fern and the rest of the flavors, so to speak, will interact each other? And they really don't. It doesn't last that long. Just a nice hit, and the greenness, you know, as long as you're using green to green, it works pretty well. Post shave, a little bit under the Ethos and the SV, but overall, almost just as good. Everybody's good. So we'll finish up with some Aqua di Gio. And that's all she wrote. So that finishes the shootout. Please, I'll probably do a supplemental video here in a bit with the final numbers, just to give you an idea where we're at. If you have 4 soaps, it's kind of nice to do it a 4-day run. If you have 3 or 4 soaps that you'd like me to do a shootout with, PM me, let me know which ones they are, and if I have them, I'll do it. My next one to keep an eye out for is I'm going to do the best of the worst. So this will include Crabtree and Evelyn's Sandalwood, the new version. It'll include Eucharist and a couple other dogs and turds that I have sitting around the den, and I'll do a 4 shootout, so I'll suffer through that. But that's it. Cadre, once again, as always, thank you for being members of theshavingcadre.com. And if you haven't visited us before, if this is your first time to the YouTube channel, visit us at www.theshavingcadre.com. Best shaving forum on the internet. Granted, I'm a little bit biased, but I think you'll agree. Other than that, I hope you have a safe and happy weekend. And please, tomorrow, remember all of those that have fallen in protecting your freedoms each and every day, and give prayers to their families who have lost the soldiers, because that's what tomorrow is about, is giving reverence to the soldiers that we've lost in battle, and really just overall that we've lost. So happy Memorial Day, folks, and we'll see you next time. Hello again, Shaving Cadre. Barber Dave back here for the final results of the shootout. And frankly, I was really surprised how it finally came out. Now, this was a quick and dirty, by no means a, when I was compiling the data, just looking at the different things. So it's on a 1 to 5 scale. Once again, Sapoficcio Veracino 70th, Ethos CBL Fresh Lime, Ethos Success, and Panacrimma Nuavia Verde. I'm going to post this in the review section as well, as far as the hard copy of this. And so basically the criteria for these 1 through 5 scores were the following: the presentation and the packaging, the initial fragrance appeal and the initial fragrance strength, latherability, lather stability, in-shave fragrance strength and complexity, glide and slickness, cushion, face feel, post-shave fragrance strength, post-shave face feel and nourishment, and then skin sensitivity, because I think that's important if somebody's looking at this and deciding whether they want to try one of these soaps. And on the skin sensitivity, when you see it in the chart, the lower score is the higher sensitivity. So it's kind of a little bit of a difference there. So here are the final scores. For the Sapoficcio Veracino, total was 47. For Ethos Fresh Lime, the total was 47. For the Ethos Success, the total was 47. And for the Panacrimma Nuavia Verde, it is the king of the den at 51. Now, that being said, the reason why I think these things came out this way is if you look at, like, I'll just pick a line, like an initial strength. Well, the Sapoficcio was a 3, the Fresh Lime was a 4, the Ethos Success was a 5, and the Panacrimma Nuavia Verde was a 5. But then you go down to the skin sensitivity. The Fresh Lime on me was a 2, so it had a lot of skin sensitivity. So I think it for me, this was a good thing to look at, because where one soap really excels, like for instance in face feel, Ethos Success and Lime knocked it out of the park, not even a contest. So it's and then in the fragrance side of things, Sapoficcio Veracino was on the bottom, but on other things, it was the top. So I think it's pretty good. You're not going to lose anything by getting any one of these soaps. They're all absolutely fantastic. So just some fun. And as I said in the previous video, I'll be doing the best of the worst here pretty soon. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll post this up when I get a chance. So once again, folks, have a great day.